headphones. Okay, so I don't think I need to give an introduction to this model, but I will anyways. So these are the Audio-Technica M50Xs, and they're by a brand called Audio-Technica. It's a popular Japanese brand, well regarded for their turntables and headphones and whatnot. So this particular model is part of an M series. So it goes like M20X, M30X, M40X, M50X, and the M70X. So this is the M50X, and this is the most popular model of the M series. They come in multiple colors. They come in blue, this navy, and like copper accented color, which was my favorite. So I bought this one. I had to pay extra though, because these are the limited edition. They also come in red. They come in dark green, black, white, and then recently they came out with a entirely blue color, which was pretty cool. So let's start with the build. So the builds on these are pretty good. There's really nothing to complain about. So these are over-ear headphones, and so that means that they're designed to basically go over your ear, not touch any part of your ear. But these do. It's made of like rugged plastic, so it can definitely take a beating. The ear pads and the head cushion is made of a pleather material. It's not real leather. At first, when you try them on, they're gonna feel stiff, but then after like a couple weeks of use, they'll break in, and you'll definitely notice that they're much comfortable than when you initially got them. It's a very straightforward headphone. It's got adjustable sliders. There's clear indicators for the channels, so R is for right and L is for left. It's quite comfortable for me. It's gonna be a hit or miss for you guys, but it was for me because I have small ears, and people with normal sized ears typically are not going to be happy with these ear pads, so they go for a third-party ear pads such as the Brainwave ATH-M50s, and then also there's like these ear pads by Shure that also work. When I first wore them, they were stiff, and then I had these for 4 years now, and now they're pretty comfortable. But honestly, over time, I keep wearing them and they compress more and more, so that means that my ear gets closer to the driver, so that results in narrower soundstage. I think an increase in the lower frequencies. That's of any headphone if your ear gets closer to the driver. So when you unbox this thing, it comes with 3 cables. The reason that they're called the M50X is because the predecessor was the M50s, which are super famous pair of headphones. But the M50X is a revision. So some people say the sound is slightly different. The difference is basically negligible. But basically, they come with 3 cables. So some say that the sound is slightly different, but the difference is negligible. And so the M50Xs have that slight difference in sound. But the biggest feature is that they support detachable cables. That's a big thing. Because the M50s, the original ones, did not have detachable cables. In fact, it was just connected to a straight, it was either a straight or a coiled cable that was 10 feet long. So yeah, when you unbox this, you'll find that it comes with 3 cables. So the first one is a portable cable that is like 1.2 meters long. So that's like a normal portable length. It's okay. I mean, the end of the portable cable is gold-plated jack, but then the rest of it's plastic, so it's pretty easy to break. So not the greatest cable in terms of durability. I actually broke my portable cable and I got a replacement. Audio-Technica was happy enough to, give me a replacement. The second cable it comes with is another straight cable, but except that it's 10 feet long. So this is what you'll be using in the studio, as these are intended for studio use. But in my opinion, they're not, and I'll get to that later. So 10 feet long straight cable, and then also the last cable is probably the most popular cable. It's the coiled cable, and this one's also 10 feet long, but when it's coiled like this, it's not 10 feet long. It's actually just a pretty short length. It extends very far. You know, it's just like a telephone cable. So it connects to the headphone via a 2.5 millimeter jack. It's a very secure connection. You don't have to worry about it breaking off. So if I go like this, you shouldn't worry about it. It's not going to break off. It's very durable. And then for the coiled cable and the 10 feet long cable, they both have this jack. And it has a thread. So there's a branding there, and then there's this thread, and that's because it also comes with a 1/4-inch adapter that you screw on. I mean, I don't think the screw on is necessary, but you know, it ensures a good connection. So yeah, the coiled cable and the 10 feet cable comes with that threaded jack. So for the sound, a lot of people on Hi-Fi say that these are pretty bass heavy, but in my opinion, I don't think they are. And I'm saying that even though I'm a treble head. I consider myself a treble head, so I like, you know, I like headphones that emphasize more into higher frequencies. These don't have a lot of bass. I mean, they definitely have more bass than a neutral headphone. And you know, your definition of a neutral headphone may be different from mine. It's a warm sounding set of headphones. It's a lot of people on Hi-Fi say that these are too boomy. The bass is bloomy. But no, they don't. They don't bloom on me, at least. But I will say they are quite capable of a lot of bass. But that's if you do EQ adjustments or you listen to tracks that are bass heavy. But you know, these have been my daily drivers for the past 4 years, and I always listen to classical music with these. I was never disappointed, and you know, I listen to stuff like HT-800s and you know, pretty top of the line headphones, and I was not disappointed with these. Not best suited for classical music, but you know, it gives you a non-fatiguing experience. Detail retrieval is quite good. You won't be disappointed. And then the mids, I don't know, it's hard to review mids honestly, because you can't screw up mids. And if it has, you know, good bass, then typically by default the mids are good too. The treble, a lot of people say the treble is rolled off quite a bit, but to me they're not. So oftentimes they can get quite strident and but they're never fatiguing. And that's what the good thing about these headphones are. You know, they give you a satisfactory amount of treble, but at the same time you don't have to sacrifice listening comfort for that amount of treble. At least for these ones, these pairs. But when you first buy them, you're gonna notice that the treble is pretty it's pretty bad, honestly. But then after burn-ins, you know, this pair I had for 4 years. You can see the ear pads just wearing out and stuff. I gotta change those soon. But you'll find that the treble is quite harsh. But after burn-in, the treble will go down to a desirable amount. And they become really good sounding set of headphones. The Soundstage. The Soundstage is a lot of people say the Soundstage is where this headphone lacks a lot, but in my opinion, it's a satisfactory amount of Soundstage, especially for a closed back. You know, like when you compare them to IEMs and stuff, these are going to typically achieve more Soundstage than most IEMs, but they will achieve less Soundstage than earbuds, for sure. The imaging is just decent. I mean, I listen to things like when I listen to things like Amber Rubarth, I listen to her album Sessions from the 17th Ward and stuff like that. The imaging is really good on those kind of recordings where it's binaural, and you can hear the cello on the left, you can hear the violin plucking on the right, and you can hear her voice in the center. But with all headphones, that center voice is typically happening inside your head. With headphones, it's hard to achieve projecting sound that's in front of you because these are literally on you. So these are literally sitting on your ears. So like, it's pretty hard. There are some headphones that can do that, and I've experienced it before, and it's quite crazy. But that's why, in some ways, speakers are superior. So yeah, overall, these are slightly warm sounding set of headphones, but I'm still not gonna say that they're bass boosted. They're definitely not. These are the amount of bass that these have is more than neutral, but I say that it's not like bloomy, like consumer friendly. It's tastefully added to these sets. But who knows? It could vary between units. My unit, at least, the bass was pleasurable. Mids and highs, there was nothing that would strike you. So overall, you just get a good listening experience. And because of that, I would not consider these studio monitors, and I don't think you should use these for studio monitors because of that flavored signature. And even though it's slightly flavored, I guess you can use it for like recording and stuff. But when you're mixing, you want to do bass and treble control on your songs, on your mixtapes and whatever. This may not be the best to emulate the sound that you intend for the listener to hear. So yeah, overall, warm sounding headphone, pleasurable, good for the classical music that I listen to. Even though I like treble stuff, but these are great. So yeah, these are good. This is Kevin Lee, and I'm signing out.